Hey guys, Gabe LT here. It's Double Impact. It is Tuesday, November 11th. Welcome to the show. We're going to have a fun one tonight. I want to say, in all sincerity, we screw around here a lot and have a lot of goofy locker room fun. Thank you, and a happy Veterans Day to you, Jericho Green, veteran of the United States Navy.
The world's finest Navy.
That's right. And the world's finest Navy. That is right. And my goodness, thank you. I live in Navy Town, USA. Obviously, I live in San Diego, and it is everyone here is in the Navy. Basically, that's just where I live. So, yes, it is the home of basically the West Coast home of the Navy is San Diego, California. And thank you. You can't go 10 feet down the street in the city without seeing like a flag on someone's house of Navy veteran, Marines. It's very much that kind of a city. My grandfather was in the United States Army in World War II. He served in the Pacific, and he never would talk about it. It must have been horrifying from what I've seen in movies, which are not real, but obviously, and historical accounts. He told me two different stories of being in the Pacific. They were both awful, and that's it. He wouldn't talk about it. He was a loving, very jokey, hardworking, blue-collar guy. He owned his own business, Mexican restaurant and tortilla factory. Didn't talk about the war. Did not talk about being in the military much at all. So World War II must have been the nightmare we can imagine. So thank you, Jericho, to you. And thank you, everyone in the audience, if you're a veteran or if you're even just family of veterans, because you people have to sacrifice when your loved ones are gone away on missions overseas. I have a very good friend. He's a radio host in Denver, Colorado. I'm born in Colorado, so I'm a huge Denver Bronco fan. And I listen to Bronco sports radios every day while I'm drawing podcasts. You know, I don't have to have the local radio. I use the internet. And Cecil Lammy, he's been on this channel like 3 years ago. I had him on and we talked comics. He's a big comic guy. He even makes his own comics. His son is an Army Ranger. He doesn't know where his son is or what he does. He talked to his son, he said, like 6 months ago. Not allowed to say what he's up to. His son is a high-level, like, kind of operator kind of guy. And he says he has not seen his son in person in 2 years. Damn. And hearing that is just heartbreaking, you know, but that's the job. That's the career. So thank you to the veterans everywhere. It means everything. So thank you, Mr. Jericho.
Yeah, and if you really, much like a lot of other things, I would imagine, if you really want to thank a veteran that you know, if you have, it doesn't matter the relationship, because you could do one of these two or both, but feed them and bang them. They appreciate that. And if you're in a relationship, if the situation is where you can do both of those, then do it. And that'll show the ultimate thanks to a veteran.
Yeah. If you see a veteran, bang them.
Feed them and bang them. If both, maybe one of the two, whatever. But they would greatly appreciate that.
Now, let's say this is going to happen. In what order?
Feed them first.
Feed them first.
Yeah, banging them's always a nice dessert.
I've been married 29 years. Come Thursday. 29 long years this Thursday, me and the Mrs. Big Man Comics. And Jericho, when you say you bang, you eat first and then you bang, I say no. I hate to disagree. It's bad radio, but I'm disagreeing. Remember, I told you, when you go out, like on your anniversary dinner night, don't go out, eat 3-4 courses, you know, dessert, salad, soup, entree. You get the sides, the extra side dishes, the bread basket. I don't drink alcohol. Lots of people do. You drink tons of alcohol. You have the big ice cream with the hot melt and fudge. Then you go home to make sweet love. No, dude. You're going to be like burping. You're going to be feeling gross. I'm telling all of you, after 29 long years of being married, do it first, then go out to dinner. I'm telling you, this works.
Well, if you're in a date night scenario, yes, but maybe you feed the vet breakfast and you don't see him until the evening. You know,
okay,
maybe
there's
some time in between, but yeah, the date night scenario, yeah, definitely put that cart before the horse. You know, even though it may take a minute or two, or maybe longer. But yeah, do that first in that kind of scenario. I agree 100%. But if there's some time in between, give them some vittles and then, give them that poon or that dingus. You know, maybe she's a female veteran. They exist.
Yeah, whatever. That's true. That is very true. But yeah, I'm telling you that if I've learned anything in 29 years of being married, eat first or do it first, then go out to the dinner. Hey, work up a little
Yeah.
appetite too, you know. AF Brat 1987. I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen you in the comments. I still have some of that candy you mailed to me. I still have the caramel. What do you say, Jericho? Caramel? I say caramel.
Caramel.
Okay.
Us peasants say caramel. You know, it says caramel.
Caramel. Well, there's people that say caramel.
No,
And then there's the city right near where you live, Carmel.
Yeah.
So
well,
that's
that extra A.
Different spelling. Yeah.
But yeah, if you say caramel, you're fucking retarded.
Now that candy bar, it's a caramello.
Yes, right? But that's like a word that they made up.
Right.
If we're saying caramel, it's caramel, or I guess caramel, but caramel.
Anyway,
you're a serial killer.
The hockey playing lady from Michigan, the Air Force brat there, she mailed me a care package of snacks, potato sticks, but there's these chocolate covered caramels with a little bit of salt on them, quite good, and they were milk chocolate. I'm not a fan of dark chocolate. I will eat it if that's all there is. But while I eat dark chocolate, all I think is, damn it, I wish this was milk chocolate.
Yeah, I prefer milk. But there is some good dark chocolate out there. You know, I think it's the lower cacao, you know, get it up to 70 plus. Like, get out of here. You know, it's too dark. That's like cooking or baking chocolate. You're being ridiculous. Anything past 70%, maybe 72. Right. But there are good dark chocolates out there. But if given the choice between a world-class dark chocolate or a world-class milk chocolate, definitely taking the milk chocolate.
Going milk.
And
I'm a little bit of. Oh, go ahead.
But chocolate used to be only for the wealthy because of the cacao. So then they added the milk to it to cheapen it for, you know, the common man, the commoners, the paupers, if you will. So shout out to whoever figured, hey, how can we get more money from this? Because from that we got milk chocolate, and I'll forever be grateful.
That's right. You know, I'm Mexican, so that means I'm part Native American or part, you know, whatever, who was ever here in the Americas. And it is great shame that the people of my heritage had the cacao bean, they had chocolate, maybe from millennia, and they never put milk and sugar in it. It was only the Swiss that did that.
Shout out to the Swiss.
Why? Why, to my Mayan and Aztec ancestors? Why didn't you put milk and sugar in the chocolate? Why?
Yeah, like you think somebody would have like backed up and accidentally dumped, you know, chocolate and cream into the vat of, you know, dark chocolate liqueur, and then, oh my goodness, this is delicious. We'll call it, you know, milk chocolate, whatever the fuck. But that didn't happen here. That happened, or in the Southern Americas, that happened over in Europe. And we thank you. Even though you guys
colonizers.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for bringing us chocolate and infrastructure. But even though Swiss people have those stupid dots over their letters, we still thank you.
Big fan of the umlaut.
Or two A's together? No fucking two A's together. Get out of here.
Kara's only making a cameo. She's got to go. I believe she's a teacher or a substitute teacher. She gets up early with children shooting spitballs at her. I hope if she's a substitute teacher, she deserves respect because, man, why as kids did we put substitute teachers through it? When there was a substitute teacher, when you got to class and there was a different adult there, everyone just kind of looking at each other like, yes. What is that?
Because it's, you know, it's different. It's new. It's fun. But some substitute teachers came in fucking hot. They came in serious and they weren't taking no shit. That was usually a substitute teacher who came in like in a suit or like a shirt and tie, like they dressed the part. Like, oh, this guy's not gonna, he's not gonna take any shit. But usually it was somebody who didn't give a shit, who was like, yeah, your teacher, blah blah, left this. And a substitute teacher is the worst thing you could do. As a former class clown myself, is ask a bunch of questions. Because if you're asking, where's your teacher? Where's this? If you're asking a bunch of questions that tells a kid you don't know shit, you don't care, you smell blood in the water. It's gonna
now,
be a long day.
If you had a substitute teacher and they look like this guy, don't screw around.
Yeah, that guy's not taking any shit.
No.
And he's gonna tell you that right off the bat. And he's gonna be very serious. And yeah, you're not gonna get away with anything. You're not even gonna try. But If they come in, late in a hurry and, they're wearing tennis shoes, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Do you ever have a cool teacher? You know, the kind of teacher that would spin the chair around backwards and sit in it. They sit in the chair backwards and, hey, let's get some real talk, kids. Like teacher was like a little too young. He's a little too cool. Maybe a good looking guy or something like that, like 27 years old. I had a teacher like that in 7th grade, Mr. Lara. He was a young guy, pretty hip, pretty cool. And I don't know. It's weird because you want your teachers. I kind of want them to be a little old and stuffy and want to enforce the rules. I don't want to be friends with the teacher.
Yeah, you want your teacher like 45 and up. You want them with a little youth, maybe, but not too much. You don't want to like think you can joke around with them or some shit like that. Or they look something like your older brother or sister. No, you need somebody that's clearly older, like not super young anymore.
What you
but
don't
still
need
got some fun left.
Is the teacher young enough that they're like kind of cracking like jokes, and then they also know slang. Because there's new slang. I hear the slang, and the whole 6'7", and he's risen up with girls, and I'm like, I kind of know what they're saying, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, and the teacher that dresses like you, then you're like, oh yeah, you're too young, man. You don't know shit.
Are you okay? So I'm 47. You're 45. Mm-hmm. Are you set for life now in your style? Because I am, and I kind of have been for a few years now. I'm like.
Yeah,
I quit wearing cargo shorts like 3-4 years ago because my kids would harass me about cargo shorts. But hey, who had extra room for the stuff we needed?
You got to hold all your shit, huh?
Hello?
And if I'm working, like it's during the summer, I'll wear cargo shorts, like to put my work clothes in or something like that. But yeah, I'm setting my style, and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
You get old enough, you just don't care.
I wish I had that attitude when through ages fucking 13 to whatever. But yeah, man, and I don't dress like fucked up or nothing, but I get how my dad was. My dad could care less what anybody thought about how he looked. So, yeah, I've definitely taken a page out of that book. I wear what I wear. That's it.
Yep, that's how it's going to be. Does your wife try to dress you, give you fashion tips, anything like that?
No, she'll say something like, "Oh, I like this shirt you wear," or something like that. But no, I know how to dress. I know how to dress very well.
It's funny. My wife would be embarrassed if she hears this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I didn't know. I found out a few years into our marriage that because I was a high school varsity football player, Letterman jacket, varsity wrestler when I was only 10th grader. I was the varsity starter heavyweight, and sometimes I'll go around the house. I'm doing something. I'll put my hat on backwards, and I'll look like old jock Gabe from the late '90s. And I noticed she's like, "I like that when you wear your hat like that."
Like, hey, calm down, woman. I'm not going to get anything done.
Right. Yeah. I had a dad man moment the other day, and it was really awesome. I put a new faucet in my kitchen sink, got under the sink. Wife pulled all the crap out. I got under there with my tools. Yeah. Turned the ball cock valve, turned the water supply off, new braided hoses, everything. I got a beautiful new faucet in my kitchen. Why is that so damn satisfying? Because it sounds really mundane and boring. And the people listening right now are like, put a new sink in. Who gives a shit? I get it. Do it and then see how you feel. It's weird.
Yeah, you've accomplished something. You've accomplished something that has a reasonable level of difficulty. And men, we like to sit back and look at the fruits of our labor, whether it be a sink we replace or grass we've cut or something we built or something we finally cleaned out, or our women post-coital. You like to stand there and look at the work that you've done. So yeah, man, I get that. I understand it. And as far as dressing, I've always been like this, even when I was a kid. My parents were, you have church clothes, you have school clothes, and you have clothes that you play in, like work clothes. So I've always been like that. So even to this day, if I am somewhere and we're going to work, I'll dress accordingly, and I don't care about those clothes. I'll get them dirty, muddy, wet. Don't matter. Fuck them. But if I'm somewhere and I'm dressed for something else, and then you ask me to do some work, well, then I'm like, I'm not dressed for that. And I say, fucking no, because I take care of my shit, and I'm not trying to fuck up my shoes or my nice clothes. Now, if you would have told me, I would have come dressed the part, and we can get down and dirty. But I do not like to do that. If I end up having to do some kind of work and I'm not dressed for that, It does, and it will piss me off.
I don't have all that. I mean, I guess I naturally, like, when I got under the sink, I put on some junky old clothes. But I don't, I realized the famous suit debacle with me where I had to buy a suit an hour before Matthew Marsden's movie premiere. I don't wear like dress clothes that often. Like
Yeah,
the
but
church, I'll wear pants, regular tennis shoes. I won't wear dress shoes, and I'll wear like a polo shirt. Maybe a shirt, one of those shirts have 2 or 3 buttons, but I don't go full buttons, button up shirt and suit and tie. I don't do all that to church. But otherwise, I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt practically every day.
But even if you're dressed for church, if I ask you, Gabe, help me move these 10 boxes, or something where you could break a sweat, help me push this car, you're probably gonna be like, well, I'm not really wearing that clothes for that. You dick. Right. Like, these are my nice clothes. They're not. Yeah. It's not an Armani suit, but this ain't no crawl under the sink and replace a pipe type shit.
Have you ever like balled out? Because in the 90s, if you weren't playing basketball every 30 minutes, were you even in the 90s as a young man? Did you ever play in jeans or like, because ball just happens. You're like, hey, let's we want to run. We got 5, let's go. And you happen to be in the wrong clothes. I've done that. Playing basketball in jeans, like pants, sucks ass. It's terrible.
No, I've never had to do that because of my aforementioned issue with not being dressed properly. So if that ever came up, I'd be like, nah, fuck that. I'm not doing it.
All right. Secretary, not sure. Old sweatpants are the best work on anything in the house clothes. I haven't worn sweatpants, I think, since I was like 8 years old. Now, there's a thing about sweatpants. How do I put this? Because I don't like to be too crude. I don't. I have a sense of humor, but for men, sweatpants don't leave a lot to the imagination.
Well, if you're free balling it underneath, yeah, you see the helmet. But if you have underwear on.
Even with, dude, the sweatpants, there's something about them.
I'll sleep in sweatpants.
Yeah.
I'll sleep in them because it gets cold. I'll do that. But normally
they're not modest for men, okay? They're not.
No, dude, if you're going commando in some sweatpants, unless you like live with just your girlfriend or something, like what the fuck are you doing? You can't have people over or your kids or something. You're going out there with fucking sweatpants and then your dick right on the other side. No, that's crazy. But if you got some undies on, where you can't see whether someone's circumcised or not, then yeah, I think those are reasonable. But sleeping in a pair of sweats, I'm down for that.
Look at that typical woman here. Look at Heather within 5 seconds. Her 2 comments just show the woman's schizophrenic thinking. I hate sweatpants on men. It looks like they've given up unless they're really hot. See, you can just apply that to everything with men. You're at the office, Jericho. You ask a woman on a date. If you're ugly, now you're going to HR. If you're Brad Pitt, now you're going on a date.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's cool. Yeah.
But if you're a nice guy, but you're just, an ugly dork, then it's like you're harassing. I understand there's real harassment. People out there that want to get uptight about it. I get that. But you get my larger point. You do get my point. When you're a hot guy, speaking as a hot guy, I will tell you, when you're a hot guy, you can get away with anything.
You get away with anything. Try it. That's true. Just like a hot chick. Like with women, you can't be ugly and a bitch. You can be hot and a bitch. If you're ugly and a bitch, fuck you. Stop it. But if you're hot and a bitch, you can get away with it. You definitely there's an end to that railroad, but it's definitely a lot longer than it is for some chick who's ugly. But if you're ugly and you're a bitch, fuck you. Get your shit together.
Let's see. Michael Coulter says, back in the glorious 90s when he was growing up, I played in Oshkosh Bagosh overalls. That's what I played in. There was another clothing brand called French Toast that they had some good clothes to. French Toast, never heard of it.
Never heard of French Toast.
I don't think I've worn overalls since the whole crisscross will make you jump craze.
In the early 90s.
In the early 90s. But on Halloween, 2 weeks ago, that's my brother Abe. He came to visit. He came to town that weekend. We went to a Halloween party at a friend's house. I was Roger Rabbit for Halloween. My brother had no costume, so I gave him my Von Miller jersey and my wife's Denver Bronco hat, and he went as a Denver Bronco. It was a quick, impromptu costume. I was proud of the cleverness to get him a costume that quickly. So, yes, my brother Abe is my older brother, but I am much bigger than him. So, he's stronger. That always made me mad that he was stronger than me and I was bigger. Him and my dad. They're those kind of men, and you meet them. They're not common. They're jacked and they're strong as an ox and they don't lift weights. My dad's like 75, takes his shirt off and he's just cut like, just the striation of muscles. And I just see him carry heavy things. And I'm strong because I'm huge. But my goodness, my brother and my dad didn't have to put a ton of effort, just being monsters. I don't know. So I'm glad I was bigger than my brother. So that made me as strong or stronger just because I was bigger. But for his size, he's incredibly strong. So yeah, he says that's wiggity wiggity whack. I was tempted to wear them backwards and unbuckle one of the shoulder straps.
Yeah, my parents weren't going for that shit at all. But yeah, that's probably the last time I wore overalls was in the early 90s.
Right. Did you ever rock your clothes backwards like crisscross?
No, never.
No, I did. What? My friend and I, Merlin, you met him. We were at his house listening to that crisscross on cassette tape. And we put our clothes on backwards and we're in his room jumping and dancing.
I mean, yeah. In that setting, yes, but like going out in public, no, hell
no. No, didn't do
it. I did want the Oakland A's jersey and the New York Yankees jersey, like they had backwards with the baggy pants and shit.
Here it is. For those of you that weren't there in 1991 or 92, crisscross were like middle school age rapper dudes. Yeah. And they wore their pants and their these baseball jerseys were gorgeous, expensive jerseys. And they would make them for other sports too. One boy has a Knicks jersey on there. I don't know if he's Chris or Cross, but you would actually wear your clothes backwards. Not just your hat. I think I'm a badass wearing my hat backwards right now. Oh, no. You got to wear everything. Could you wear, well, you can't wear your shoes backwards. You can put your underwear on backwards.
Yeah, well, that just sounds like a problem.
And now the people on the back, you can wear your socks, not really backwards, but kind of upside down.
That would be uncomfortable. But if you had your underwear on backwards, if you got to piss real bad, you're going to have an accident.
Here's how little I wear dress clothes. I didn't know why underwear had the flap to open it. Like, just pull the waistband down. Then I was at a wedding. And, dude, I'm in my 40s when this happened. That's how rarely I wear a suit. I'm at a wedding, and I go to pee, and I'm like, oh, this is why the underwear has the hole. So you don't have to untuck your shirt.
Yeah.
My whole life, I'm like, what is this hole for? This is an extra step. What are we doing? It's for having a button shirt that you don't want to untuck. Now,
get that dick out faster. Well, how about this? In the Navy, I don't know if they do it now. They probably changed it. But in your dress blue uniform, you had 13 buttons to represent the 13 original colonies of the United States. So there were tricks to the trade of keeping your pants buttoned and not having to undo them to fucking...
Wait. Hold on. Where were these 13 buttons? The fly was
in the front. Yeah.
No.
13 buttons. Look it up. Swear.
Out of here. I'm going to look this up.
13. So I don't know if they still do it, but yeah, when I was in, fuck yeah. So you'd pull them down like the waistband, or you'd like have the corner button undone or something like that. But dude, if you had like beer, like drinking beer, piss.
Nope.
Woo! That's going to be tough.
That's not
You're going to get some piss on you. No, that's real shit. And the dress whites were different. Dress whites just zipped up. They had a zipper and then like that little clasp, kind of like dress pants have.
Oh, look at
dress
this.
blues were crazy.
It looks like it has two flies, like on the sides.
Yeah, it's like a flap.
Yeah. So a giant flap opens.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys.
No fun.
So you had to wear these. These are dress blues?
Yeah.
Okay, look at this, people.
This
is what Jericho had to wear.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 13 buttons. So what's the move here? Let's say you're for whatever reason you had a pitcher of beer and it's ready to come out.
Hey,
you've got 7 seconds. What are you doing?
Oh, you're going bottom corner.
Ah,
sure.
Okay.
Bottom corner, get it out quicker. You could go top corner, but
no, that's
too many buttons.
The difficulty on that is more.
No, with the right motivation,
that's
you
like
can
sticking
get it
a hose over a fence, dude. You got to be.
Yeah, the bottom two, you can get the bottom two undone and get it out. 3 if you have the time, but 2 you can make it happen. But if it's really crazy, you can just pull down the waistband and go that way. But you run the chance of not getting it over the top, and then you've pissed in your pants a little bit. So
Yeah.
I go bottom corner, left or right, depends on which dominant
Okay.
hand you got. But yeah, you learned. You learned.
Yeah. Then you got if you did pee your pants, you got to pretend you spilled the drink on yourself or something.
Yeah, you spilled another drink? Yeah, man, it's the darndest
You got to
thing.
take your drink and then just pour it on your chest and belly and then onto the crotch. Then it looks like you spilled all over yourself.
Oops. Oopsie daisy.
Yeah, that'd be 13
Yeah,
buttons on the crotch. Yeah, I
tough
got a
time.
pair of like button fly jeans one time in middle school. Hated them. Hated that. Hated having.
Oh yeah, fuck that, man. Whose idea was that?
Might as well have padlock fly jeans. What are we doing?
Yeah, Master Lock pants by Master Lock.
Oh
Like
my
why?
God.
Why? Even if like I don't even understand. That's just so. At least in the Navy uniform, it represented something. But why, like in a private company, would you make the hardest fucking combination lock button, multiple ones on the front of your pants? I don't understand.
Who the hell knows?
I don't get it, fucking asshole.
All right. So I wanted to celebrate your son today. What happened this weekend with him?
He won his tackle football championship game. So he is part of the Sierra Athletic Conference champion junior Rhinos out of 12 Bridges High School in Lincoln, California. And the reason, of course, it's great to win the championship, but those kids worked really hard. They worked harder than I ever did, than a team I ever played on did. And we won the championship one year, but we didn't put in the kind of work that these kids did. Obviously, we put in enough. But man, first of all, these are 7, 8, 9-year-olds. And every Monday they had 2 hours of film going over the week's previous
7, 8,
game.
9, they're doing film study at that age?
Film study. They did it for flag football the season before because they're the same coach. And so you're going over the game last week, and then you're looking at the film. You're looking at the team for this week. So they do that, and then practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's scheduled 5:30 to 7:30, but it was very common for them to go to 7:55, 7:50. One time we practiced until the lights turned off. The other kids are older kids. Their practice is over. They're hanging around drinking Gatorade, putting their sneakers back on. And these little kids are still working. Plus, the coaches expected a lot from them. They demanded a lot from them. They put a lot on their plate. Routes, different, the Z receiver, X receiver, F, H, Boston, all these plays, man, these kids had to learn it. It was so cool to hear my son teaching me the plays. No doubt on this play, I do this route, I go this way, or it's a handoff and 2 count, and all this kind of stuff. These kids are so smart. And they worked really, really hard, man. And the parents did too. We took them to practices that it's 25 to 30 minutes away from where I live. And I work in the same town where he would practice. So I'd go to work, come home, a few hours later, go back, and then come home. And then they had, events at the high school that they're attached to. It's junior peewee night. Everybody come out, celebrate, root on the team. So we go to that. No, it's a team dinner. It's a team this. It's a team meeting. It's raining. So now we're going to turn it into a meeting instead of a practice. And it's over here. It's over there. This field is closed. So all this shit, man. And the kid, and more than half of the season, it was 100+ degrees. It didn't drop under 100 until I think halfway through October. So, you're doing it and it's really hot outside. And like I said, the coaches were tough on them. They weren't mean, they were tough and they were fair. And, obviously, and another thing, I'm glad that he saw that, all that shit sucks in the practices, and to the point where the games were easy. That's what practice was like. Right. So to see them go through that, but you won a championship. Here's a reward for all of your hard work. And that was really cool. And then one of the coolest things out of the whole season was one of the coaches knows somebody who's in Patrick Willis's orbit, and he made a video for the kids the day before their championship game. And he was, he mentioned the team name and, hey, guys, you got one more game. Keep your head up, be strong, know your assignments, do your job, all that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, man, it was fucking awesome. It was really cool. I know I didn't get no Hall of Fame football player to say a fucking thing to me when I was playing Pop Warner ball. So it was really cool. They worked hard, undefeated. They're the first team for that first junior Rhinos team to go undefeated and win a championship. So they're going to be in the picture's going to be in the library. Their team picture as the first team to ever do that, and all this cool shit, man. So it was really awesome for him to be a champion.
That's so much fun. For those of you that don't have kids or you haven't been in youth sports listening, it may sound like a little thing, and it is. It's just youth football, 7, 8, 9 years old, whatever. I played football forever. My son played from age 5 until he graduated high school at age 17 or so. And these are just the magical moment. We bonded so much. I coached him a lot until he went to high school. I didn't coach him in high school. But it's just such great bonding moments. And he won championships too in elementary school, middle school, and then in high school. They won it when he was a sophomore. And then when he was a senior, they won the California Southern State Section Championship, my son. And he was an offensive and defensive player. He was second team all-league defensive line. And I remember I would give him a hard time that he was never going to be better than me. And, I was a defensive end, blah, blah, blah. And we won a championship. And we won 2 when I was in high school. And he ended up winning 3. And then I remember the best game we ever played. We played Southwest High School in San Diego. And we beat them 47-7. And he ended up playing Southwest High School one year. And they beat him 68-0. So he outdid me. He would remind me that all my accomplishments, he did better. And that's the thing about being a father. And they say that your father is the only person in the world that sincerely wants you to be better than him and do better than him. And I'm happy. I would be devastated if my son wasn't going to turn out better than me. I want him to be way better than me. So love it. And very happy for you because I missed that time, man. My son, he's graduated high school in 2017. So we haven't seen any football around these parts in years. Although my high school is ranked 2 or 3. They won their first playoff game last week, and they're playing a big game this Friday. So my high school might go back to the championship and won. They've won it once in the 29 years since I graduated, and I actually went. I went to the CIF championship. I went and I wore my varsity jacket. I think it's the only time I wore my varsity jacket in the last 30 years. So your cousin played for Torrey Pines. Wow. I went to Rancho Bernardo. And Torrey Pines is a high school right here, right by my house in La Jolla. And the great Denver Bronco, Tampa Bay Buccaneer, and current general manager of the San Francisco 49ers, one John Lynch, one of the most badass safeties in the history of the NFL. He went to Torrey Pines High School. He's a Torrey Pines Falcon. So there you go. And that is right around my neck of the woods, Torrey Pines High. So.
Sounds very nice, Torrey Pines.
That is
resort.
Torrey Pines is the nicest golf course, like one of the nicest golf courses in the world. But I think it is the nicest public golf course. It looks like a private, like the fanciest. It's on the ocean, Torrey Pines. It's Tiger Woods' home, course. So let's see, Torrey Pines. I'll show you guys Torrey. And they have amazing hotel there and restaurants, all that. But this is a little bit of Torrey Pines. I'll show you guys really quick. This is where I live, near this stuff. But Torrey Pines is right there on the ocean. For my mom's 70th birthday, I took her to dinner at the lodge at Torrey Pines. We ate outdoors, and it's really nice. Torrey Pines is just awesome. But yeah, the golf course is right there on the ocean of these cliffs. It's like 100 feet cliff down to the ocean, and there's beaches down there. There's Torrey Pines Beach, but there's Black's Beach.
Oh, wait a minute.
Black's Beach is the nude beach of San Diego.
Dang.
No, not named after black people. It's named after the Black family who's been here for like over 100 years. And my son actually knows like the great-great-grandson or whatever. He's actually, I don't know if they're friends or acquaintances or what, but he knows Mr. Black, like one of the guys that this is named after. But yeah, Torrey Pines, nice place. So awesome. So, okay, that is what is going on in our lives. Oh, I want to show you something. Last week I was showing you guys, we were talking about art with Bill Frake, the animator for Disney and Warner Bros., all that. Good friend of mine. I'm recording podcasts with him, but I'm not going to release them for a little bit. I'm making shorts and clips out of them, but I will eventually start to post those. and he and I are just talking shop about the life of an artist and this, that, and the other. I'm going to briefly show you, though. I was working on my pencils for the Unstoppable Tyrus last week, and I showed you guys just a little sketch of the pose for Tyrus. But here is some of it done. I finished the pencils for it today. Look at that evil character there, just laughing, looking down at Tyrus. This has been a lot of fun to work on with my half animal, half human monster bad guys. But I've been working on that for the better part of a week with other jobs I've been working on too. But came out really nice. So I thought I'd update you on that since I showed you guys a little glimpse of that last week. Gonna ink that sucker up, get it colored, and we're getting ready to launch that. Also, a lot of stuff coming from Big Man Comics. A Black Friday sale. I noticed all the companies are doing them weeks before Thanksgiving. I'm going to have a Black Friday sale starting I think next week. And it's going to be the biggest sale I've ever had at bigmancomics.com. You're going to be able to great savings, a lot of great things going on. Oh, I want to say some stuff, but a lot of fun stuff at Big Man Comics. So that'll be coming. We're going to be putting together a lot of advertising videos. I've been working on that all week too. So bigmancomics.com, Dean Cain All-American Lawman Volume 1 and Empyrean are in stock now. So if you order them now, they ship fast. All right, Jericho, today's topic. We were going to have Bill as a guest. So I had to come up with a topic for today's show at the last minute because his wife had like an emergency root canal. He texted me this morning, said he couldn't come on, but he really wanted to come back on. He's such an amazing person to talk to. Love Bill. If you were here last week, Bill was awesome. He was an animator forever. If you watched it in the late 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, he animated it. Commercials, Disney movies, Warner Brother movies, Blue Sky, the Iron Giant, Roger Rabbit, Spies in Disguise, Rio. Like, this guy's been an animator for the better part of 5 decades. And he's a sweet guy, and he's so knowledgeable about art. He's just a brilliant guy when it comes to art. We're going to have him back on to talk more stuff. But again, life gets in the way sometimes. So at the last moment, I came up with an idea. It's holiday season. I've got some Christmas decorations at my house. I've got Thanksgiving decorations. I had Halloween lights, a giant spider web. Every night for like the last 3-4 weeks, my granddaughter had me drive her around the neighborhood late at night to, you find spooky Halloween? And we go look at Halloween decorations. She loves Halloween. She's going to be 3 in a few weeks. But I love the holidays, and I consider Halloween part of the holiday season. Why not? Throw it in. And I love holiday movies. There's some great ones, the tenderness, the love you feel, the nostalgia. And I put together what I think are some of the best ones ever. So I wanted to have a nice discussion with Jericho about this and see what he thinks of all this, because I'm pretty sure you love all these movies. But where does this start for you? Tell me about the holidays for the Greens. Tell me about the movies you love, and like, do you have a tradition of what movie you watch together with your family? Did Jericho freeze? Jericho! Oh. Hey, can you hear me? I'm not sure if he can hear me. Oh. I think we have a technical difficulty. But for me, I think Jericho told me. He'll confirm that.
You hear me?
You there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know if you could hear me. I couldn't hear you or anything like that. But the tradition of the holiday movie, for me, it was A Christmas Story we watched a lot, and then it was It's a Wonderful Life. Did you have a tradition growing up? Do you currently have a tradition now? What movies you watch with your family?
Yeah, I was slow to the It's a Wonderful Life table. My mom used to make us watch it when we were kids, and I couldn't stand it. I thought it was so boring when I was a little kid. But definitely, I was about 10 years old when Home Alone came around. So that once that came around, that was it.
Right.
Christmas Story, that was 1983. So I was a little kid when I started watching that. That's a guarantee. And then once I got older and was an adult, I think it was after I had kids, then A Wonderful Life kind of hit different. Now it's the greatest Christmas movie ever made. And then growing up, watching action movies with my dad and stuff, I would say for us, it was Lethal Weapon with the slight edge over Die Hard as a Christmas movie. And I'd like to throw in on the raunchier side of Christmas, Trading Places.
I've never seen
awesome. That. Oh, that's a great movie. That's Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd. I believe John Landis directed it. So that's those guys just at their zenith. Jamie Lee Curtis. But yeah, man, those all the classic movies, and those are the ones we watch every year. Christmas Day, Christmas Stories on TV the whole
Right.
day. Where you're in and out, kind of watching it here and there and stuff. But yeah, Home Alone for sure, Christmas Story for sure, Scrooged. I like that one with Bill Murray.
Never seen
Uh,
it.
well, that's a
Never
good one. That's a good one. It's PG-13, so nothing
Okay.
crazy, but it's kind of an updated, a little more rough around the edges version of Christmas Carol. And the Christmas Carol, if you want to go super old school, the OG one, the black and white one. But still, I haven't seen it in a really long time, but I don't feel like that would be one of my favorites, but it is a classic.
Okay. Yeah, I always loved I love the 5 that I put up here. And I always loved the A Christmas Carol with Mickey Mouse and Scrooge McDuck, the animation. I love that one.
Mhm.
I think that's a great one too. But I love getting in the holiday spirit. I put my Christmas lights up like Thanksgiving or the day after, and I want to put them up now. I know it's mid-November. I want to put the Christmas lights up now. I love it. I love how it looks at night. I love being in my house. Everyone's gone to bed. It's dark outside, and I just like look out my kitchen window or near my front door, and I can see that rainbow of lights, on the gutters of my house. And there's just something about it. It feels amazing. I think because I can't not to take a downturn here, but because my family divorced, when right after my 8th birthday, we got divorced. And before that, things were rocky. We were with my dad and not with my dad. I was laying in bed last night. I don't know why. And I got kind of sad thinking like, I never had Thanksgiving with my mom and dad and brother. I'm sure I did when I was very little, but I never did. That I remember. I'm sure it happened, but it's like, I love it so much with my wife and kids and my grandkid and all that. But it does make me sad to think about not doing that with my dad and brother ever once I can remember. I remember doing it with my mom there and like my grandparents and like my uncle and some cousins. But I don't know. I've always wanted to try to make the most of the holidays. It took me a while. When I first got married, I hate talking about this, but I have to because it's the truth about me. When I first got married, I couldn't go to like my wife's big Mexican Christmas. And if you know anything about that, it's insane. Everyone is there, 5 zillion people. And I think it was too much for me. It was too overwhelming because I never had that as a kid. So as an adult, I had the subconscious, like, you know what I mean? Like missing that, it upset me. Like I was not scared of it, but like overwhelmed. But after I got used to it for a while, it was like, this is so awesome. Everyone's here and there's food and there's like laughter and all this stuff. So I've really tried to go out of my way you got to have good food. I don't like it when people invite you to their house and they have bad food. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can make good food for cheap, but you got to have the good food. The food to me is a big center of it. What about you on that?
Oh, for sure, man. My dad being a chef, yeah, the food was number one. And yeah, you go to some friends' houses and you're like, oh, what the fuck is this? But I had this coworker once, and she showed me a picture of her plate from Thanksgiving,
Oh no,
and it was the saddest shit you've ever seen.
it looked like a war crime.
It was the most bland, beige,
Oh,
flavorless, colorless pile of shit you've ever seen. I said, you need to stop going to your family's house for Thanksgiving. You deserve some good food on Thanksgiving. Either get in there and turn the ship around, or you got to go elsewhere because
right.
bad food on Thanksgiving.
Where do you come
oof.
down on eating out on Thanksgiving or Christmas? I will not go to a restaurant on those days because I feel really bad for the people working. Like I guess if they're working, it's better for you to go in and they get a tip. But I just feel like, no, they should be at home with their family. It shouldn't be open.
I mean, if that's their business and they want to be open, that's cool. But I think if unless I were traveling or something like that, I don't see, like if I'm at home, yeah, I'm never going to go out to eat. But yeah, if they're open and you're in that situation, yeah, they'd rather have you come in than not come in.
Right. When we first got married, my wife was a waitress, and I worked at Toys R Us. I worked construction. I worked at a cardboard box factory. I had a lot of blue collar, like low level jobs. I was only 18, and I remember that one Thanksgiving. I think when the baby was first born, she had to go. She had to go to work on Thanksgiving. My wife, but she left like right after we ate. And man, to go be a waitress. So I don't know. That sticks with me. Like, man, that's tough. So truck stops have great Thanksgiving dinners. Jericho, you're like me. You love driving cross country. I love it. I prefer it. Flying is very convenient. You get there faster. I love stopping at truck stops and gas stations and little weird things on the side of the road. I don't know why. I love it. And I love that junky food. And sometimes it's good from the truck stops and the gas stations. And I
Well,
don't
I mean,
usually eat that stuff, but when I do, it's like a weird treat to me. I don't know why.
but it makes sense that truck stops would have great dinners because you got a lot of people on the roads away from families. Maybe they don't have a family. And you don't want them to have no, lunch
Right.
cafeteria level bullshit. You want them to really have a good meal. So that makes a lot of sense. Um, but it depends on what kind of truck stop you're talking about here. You got truck stops now like Buc-ee's or some shit where
Right.
it's like
Right.
a truck stop theme park. So you could probably really get some delicious
It's a
food
luxury
from a
resort
truck
truck
stop,
stop.
right? So if it's like, one of those, a Pilot or something like that, yeah, stopping at a truck stop, that's almost a destination itself. Like if you could definitely hop in the car with a family and drive to the nearest Buc-ee's like in Texas and have that be your destination and be okay with that.
Yeah. Oh, I remember the first time I went to a Buc-ee's in 2021, I think it was. Changed everything for me. I'm such a huge fan of Buc-ee's. My goodness. If you haven't been to
But
Buc-ee's in Texas, they have some in, I think they have some in Louisiana. They have one or two in Florida, and I don't know if they're in Mississippi, Alabama, but it's there from Texas over to the coast. They're sporadic there. Tons in Texas. Man, they got good food at those places.
yeah, my daughter went to one when she went to Tennessee this past summer. And yeah, I want to go. They got these Buc-ee's brownies that you can even order them online. And they're like the size of your face, and they're all these super over the top fucking like breakfast cereal crazy shit brownies and blondies. But yeah, man, if you were talking that kind of truck stop, yeah, I'll pull over there for a Thanksgiving dinner.
Now you've said you don't like stuffing, which upsets. I take that feels like a personal attack because stuffing is like one of my favorite things. But
That's
fine,
fine.
there's no accounting for taste. What is your Thanksgiving plate? What does it look like? Because your first one, you haven't eaten yet, you're hungry, and you're serving yourself now. How are you putting this plate?
Well, first of all, we're talking about probably not eating all day long on purpose to make the biggest impact possible at dinner time. But if we're talking Hall of Fame um, Thanksgiving plate, we got some dark meat and white meat from the turkey because in the right hands that white meat is tender too. Recommend that you guys smoke a
Brine
turkey if
your
you
bird.
can.
Brine your
So
bird and the
brine
white
it
meat will be awesome.
and smoke it. Oh, smoked turkey is so fucking good. But we're talking white and dark meat, gravy, mashed potatoes, more gravy, mac and cheese, sweet potatoes. Throw some greens on that bitch. Some kind of vegetable greens, green beans, what the fuck you got? I'll get some shrubbery on there.
All right.
Definitely cranberry sauce, but out of the can, ocean
No,
spray. Team
homemade.
Team Ocean Spray.
No.
Rolls, preferably Hawaiian rolls, a little sweetness to them, fucking
Uh-huh.
delicious. Or those little rolls that come like all stuck together in that wax coated paper tray that
Oh,
I'm not sure.
that's weird. That thing. You're supposed to
I'm not
bake
sure.
that,
Do
right?
you bake them in that tray? Do you take them out? I'm not sure. But a little butter on those, and it's very nostalgic. Stuffing, fuck no.
See,
You
he
can take the
hates stuffing.
stuffing. Yeah,
Some jerk 87778. He doesn't like stuffing. To me, is like the best thing. Stuffing
no.
and
Hand
gravy.
me the stuffing, and then I'll keep the stuffing the same place I keep Peeps, the bottom of the trash can.
You don't like Peeps?
No, ew, man, come on. Do you not
I don't
like
like
your
them.
mouth?
I don't like them either. I was just trying to provoke
Oh,
you by the way I asked the
the
question.
Peeps are fucking
I don't
disgusting.
think they're gross. I think Peeps fall under the category of why. Like if I
Peeps
buy
are
a
like
Peep, I'm like, why does this exist? It's awful, but it's not
Peep,
gross. It's just like, why?
Peeps are like candy. Like if like where they're like, we got all this stuff left over from making methamphetamine. What else could we do with it?
Eh,
Fucking add some sugar to it and shape it like a rabbit. Peeps are disgusting. But that's Hall of Fame plate right there. I don't think I
all
missed
right,
anything.
all right.
But the heavy
What?
hitters: turkey, gravy, rolls, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. Fuck yeah.
You know what's super disappointing is the turkey leg because it looks good. It looks like a cartoonish thing like Fred Flintstone would eat. Then when you try to eat it, it's got all those really thick, hard tendons in it. As a kid, I was very disappointed that you couldn't just bite into it the way you would a chicken drumstick. It's not the same. For me, My plate is a lot of breast white meat. I brine my turkey for 3 days in a salt and spice solution. And the breast you can't overcook it when you brine it. It's so juicy. Breast meat, give me some of that crispy skin. Then we have mashed potatoes, homemade gravy.
Yeah.
Homemade cranberry sauce, so good. It's a pound of cranberries, like a cup of sugar and a squirt of orange juice.
It's not the difficulty that keeps me from eating it. It's not the difficulty of preparation that keeps me eating homemade cranberry sauce.
I just like it better. And then I'm going with stuffing because I love stuffing.
Blech.
I love it. And then I need a popcorn bowl of gravy, though. I'm not sure. My favorite thing in Thanksgiving is either the stuffing or the gravy. I'm not sure which I like better. I just, oh my God. And the
stuffing's a fucking
my mouth is watering right now. I don't know if you can hear that. It's disgusting. I need a bib.
Stuffing is so fucking gross. Ew. Just the smell of it. What's that stuffing smell? Is that sage or something? What is that shit?
Stuffing
is that stuffing flavor.
It's bread. It's the flavor of bread and turkey.
No, but what is it's like sage? There's a seasoning in it that's
you don't
stuffing.
Have to load it up with sage. My stuffing's gonna be bread, parsley, the mirepoix, carrot, celery, onion, sauteed, turkey stock from the roasted turkey. Then, because my grandpa owned the Mexican restaurant Tortilla Factory, we take a little bit of corn tortilla and mince it up into little pieces, put a little corn tortilla in there, and then some freshly crisp, oven-baked crisp bacon, chop that up and sprinkle that in too. So you got a little bacon, a little corn tortilla, the veggies, the turkey stock. Oh.
No, there's a seasoning all of that together is not going to taste like stuffing. Stuffing has a certain seasoning.
Well, and stuffing, I think, it has a little bit of rosemary and sage in it.
Yeah, fuck that. No way. Stuffing's gross. Ew. Blech. That ruins Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, time. Maybe time. It's an acquired taste.
Something's fucking going on. Something's going on in that shit. And I've had plenty of time. I'm 45 years old. You know how many Thanksgivings I've been through? It's not going to work. Stuffing is dog shit. There, I said it.
What I will not do to you is what everyone does to me about seafood. So we just haven't had good seafood. No, I have. My dad's.
Oh, I've had stuffing.
You've had good stuffing. You've had good stuffing. You just don't like it. That's fair.
It's just shit. And where's the support? I know I'm not the only one who doesn't like fucking stuffing around here. Don't be afraid.
I did go to someone's house and they put oysters in the stuffing. I almost called the police. Oysters in the stuffing.
Oh, hell.
Someone else put my aunt, rest in peace, Aunt Martha. One time she put olives in the stuffing. I felt like she hated me.
But putting oysters in stuffing is like putting oysters on a pile of shit. Like, it's already gross because it's shit. But adding oysters to it, that somehow makes it worse. Ew, oysters.
I don't know where they got that crazy idea. I love walnuts. They don't belong in stuffing. Sorry.
I've had stuffing with nuts in it too. Fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would consider eating another human being before I eat stuffing. That's correct. What about stovetop stuffing? You eating that in a pinch?
Yeah. It's like eating at 7-Eleven. You don't want to, but okay. And eating horrible quality food like that occasionally, if you don't have to, it's interesting. You go, oh, this is weird. Why am I eating this?
Well, there's an old saying, and I'm sure we've all heard it. Anybody that'll put stuffing in their mouth will put a dick in there too.
Not true. I like what your dad says.
It's going by.
It'll make a turd.
Yeah, my dad said, "Well, it'll make a turd."
That's a very army attitude about food.
Oh, dude, my dad had a fucking saying for everything. But yeah, that was one of my favorites. I'm like, "Dad, do you like that?" He's like, "Well, it'll make a turd." True that.
Well, let's get into this. We're not going to go late tonight. I've got a big thing going on tomorrow. I got my anniversary coming up on Thursday. I'm busy. But let's go into this. So the voting is here. I'm very, very upset with the audience. It's a Wonderful Life is in last place. You heathens.
That's crazy. Single digits.
How dare you?
That's crazy.
It just tells me you haven't seen it. All of these movies on this list are outstanding movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Wonderful Life is one of the most meaningful movies, forget holiday, ever made.
That movie.
It's one of crazy. This is if you look at Hollywood now, the degenerate woke shit that it is now. It's a Wonderful Life is the Hollywood we could have had. This is in the early 40s, mid 40s. What happened a few years later? The communists came in, right? McCarthy, the Council for Un-American Activities, John Wayne and Walt Disney speaking before the Congress, saying that Hollywood is filled with commies, and it's never been the same since. We could have kept going down this road of Americana, of family, of God, of love, of humor. It's such a good movie. This is how the last 70 years of movies should have kept being. And instead we got just Deadpool. We got filth. So how dare you? How dare you not vote for It's a Wonderful Life? I love all the movies on here.
How dare you? Well, I'm going to say something controversial. This is probably the most controversial thing I've said on this podcast, but I feel like in the future I'll blow this out of the water. If I had to ditch a movie off of that list, it's going to be Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Really?
Fucking out of here. I could do without that movie compared to, maybe because I've only seen it as an adult and I don't have the nostalgic ties to it like I do the other ones. But if I had to go, that would be it. But It's a Wonderful Life, when he reaches in his pocket and Zuzu's pedals are back in his pocket, get out of here. When the fucking neighborhood comes pouring into his house and this outpouring of love and support that he had no idea was out there for him.
Every time I see that, there must be dust in the air in the room. You get my eyes. What's happening when I watch
somebody's cutting onions? There's a team of people cutting onions in the next room because and the way he just stands there dumbfounded by all these people that he's touched and helped in his life. He just couldn't believe it. And it was story after story. His brother came back from the war to visit him, and his brother wouldn't even be there if he didn't go in there in the ice and save him.
Right. So It's a Wonderful Life, amazing story. Frank Capra, Jimmy Stewart stars in it. What is it you want, Mary? And he's a guy, his dad runs a bank. They give loans to low-income people so they can at least have a home and not be renting. Blah, blah, blah. Everything goes wrong. And his uncle loses thousands of dollars. The bank's going to become insolvent. They're going to lose everything. And he wishes he were dead. So God sends a guardian angel to Earth, and the guardian angel shows him an alternate world where he never existed. And so many things are terrible. And it's a lesson in that it's a wonderful life. You were a great person that loved people. They loved you. And you made an amazing, profound impact on so many people. You made the world better for so many people. His brother in World War II saved like a carrier and saved hundreds of men. But he saved his brother when they were little boys from drowning. Mm-hmm. So in the alternate universe, his brother never made it over to World War II, and all those men in that carrier died and blah, blah, blah. And he just feels like a loser. He's going to jump off a bridge and commit suicide, and he's saved by this angel talking to him. And it's such a beautiful story, It's a Wonderful Life. And his guardian angel, Clarence, leaves him, I think, one of Mark Twain's books as a gift or something like that. And, goes back to heaven, whatever. And he has the final scene where the whole town rallies to give him the money, to cover the money his uncle lost for the bank. And everything's going to be okay. And when he opens that book that Clarence, the guardian angel, gave him, it says this, and it hits you right in the heart when you read it. Remember, no man is a failure who has friends. I just get chills when I hear that quote, dude.
So when he met Clarence, help! What the fuck? He jumped in and pulls Clarence's ass out of the water. Yeah, man, that movie, in the beginning, where the pool is opening and they keep dancing close to the edge, and they're like, oh,
yeah.
It's like us. Everybody's like, whoa, shit. Everything about that movie, that damn Mr. Potter, his stupid ass uncle and his stupid bird, the old man who ran the pharmacy, who he saved. Because the old man, he was drunk and he fucking mixed the medicine wrong and killed a little girl. But when he was a little boy, he noticed it when he was because he was born. He noticed it, stopped the man from sending the pills.
Right.
And the man was so mean to him. The man would lash out at him and abuse him because he was drunk and he was fucking sad.
Well, he also just found out his son had died in the war. The old pharmacy guy.
Yeah, and he was all fucked up, and so he took it out on George. And then when George stopped him from poisoning, you could see the man was like, oh, he was so thankful. He's like, thank you. And he thought he was going to hit him. George is all scared, and he's like, oh my God, thank you so much. Because he knew, I almost brought what I'm feeling onto another family. So many parts of that movie. It's excellent. And if you're young and you don't like it, I understand. And maybe you do like it, but man, when you have kids, it just turns it up, 10 notches.
Yeah. It's a Wonderful Life. It just has such a heart. Home Alone is amazing. This is our directed by Christopher Columbus, and this is written. The same guy wrote Home Alone and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and so many of those 80s, bangers. So 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, endless movies. And it was Cameron Crowe, right? And but it's funny that the movies are kind of a bunch of his movies, and these two in particular are about the same thing, trying to get home to family for the holidays. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Steve Martin and Del Griffith, played by the amazing John Candy, trying to get home to Chicago, I think, in a horrible ice storm. And Home Alone is the family trying to get back to see
in Chicago.
Kevin back in Chicago. So yeah, I think there's just such a heart to these, what the holidays should be, all that love and all that family. I think it's a beautiful message. I don't like how rude and mean the family is to each other at the beginning of Home Alone, but it redeems itself with love at the end.
Dude,
they're so rude and mean to each other. It's awful.
Let me tell you something. Number one, I'm not gonna let the older brother be a fucking asshole to the younger brother like that.
Right.
Number two, I'm not going to let your little ass talk to me like that, you little shit, or your mother. And number three, I don't give a fuck if it's my brother or my wife's brother. You're not going to talk to my kid like that, you fucking cheap asshole.
Right.
What are you looking at? I'll slap you silly, you little pervert. Or look what you did, you little jerk. Like, you ain't talking to my kid like that, you fucking dick. I'll make you pay for your own vacation with your ugly ass little kids. Man, hell no. But Home Alone, yeah, that's one of the greatest fucking movies. Definitely top 5, top 3 greatest Christmas movies. But that's one of the greatest movies ever made. To be a child and watching Kevin McAllister take the shit that the youngest always takes from the older sibling and the parents, but he did it first. And they always only catch the one who's reacting, not the one who started it. And that's usually the older sibling, you prick. And then for him to get in trouble, and then for him to wake up and his family is gone, to be able to be at the house by yourself and you're eating ice cream and mac and cheese and you're sleeping in your parents' bed, you're fucking watching movies, that would be amazing. And then the fear of the furnace in the basement, the fear of those Marv and Harry cruising around and seeing that gold tooth, but the redemption, this is my house, I must defend it. The music, the score, meeting the old man at the church, dropping some knowledge on an old man as a little boy. He's like, you should talk to your son. Man. And then, of course, the final scene where they're just going through the house of horrors that he set up for them. Harry stepping on the fucking Christmas ornaments, the hot handle that burned the M Marv, he stepped on the ornaments and then burning the M in Harry's hand. I mean, all that shit, man.
Is this the first Home Alone? Is it in the first Home Alone or the second one where the guy gets electrocuted and you can see like his skeleton and all that? The second
one.
Okay, that's
the second one. Dude, that part was so
and that reminds me of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I said Cameron Crowe. John Hughes. What am I talking about? It's a John Hughes movie. I said Cameron Crowe because I said Christopher Columbus and I got C like the C alliteration. John Hughes movie, the great writer John Hughes. In Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, when they're driving the car and they're going to crash and die, John Candy turns to look at Steve Martin and he's the devil for just a split second.
Yeah.
That reminds me of when the guy gets electrocuted and he's a skeleton with an afro for just a split second. It's the same, same kind of little gag there.
And if someone told me you can only watch Home Alone 2 instead of the first Home Alone, I'd be okay with that.
Okay, it's just as good. Home Alone 3, I don't think I've ever seen, but they got a different kid and everything, right? It's all It's a cash grab, I think, is what that was.
Yeah, low budget.
Didn't they go up to like Home Alone 5, but like 4 and 5 or 6 or whatever? They were just like right to DVD or right to VHS back then or something like that.
Yeah. But man, part 2.
Let's see. Home Alone franchise. Let me see. There's Home Alone in 1990. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York with Donald Trump in a cameo. Home Alone 3.
Wait, Home Alone 2 was in 92? Was Home Alone 2 in 92?
Yeah. 97 is Home Alone 3 with a different kid. Yeah, I don't know. It's a totally different kid. Let's see. Home Sweet Home Alone is 2021. Home Alone 4 is 2002. Home Alone, The Holiday Heist is 2012. There are also 3 video games. So there you go.
Home
A
Alone
lot of Home
video
Alone.
game?
I don't know, dude.
I don't know how
I
I
would
feel
imagine
about
it'd be like
that.
a little platform where we jump around and play tricks on bad guys or something like that.
I don't know how I
So,
feel about that.
yeah. So yeah, Home Alone and I think It's a Wonderful Life are the Godzilla and King Kong of this list. They're the two best for sure. Where would I put Planes and Trains versus A Christmas Story? I think Planes, Trains, Automobiles is so sweet. I've only seen it once, but I was just so touched by Del Griffith's story. But I think it would be fourth place for me, and then The Christmas Story would be third because my mom somehow had The Christmas Story on VHS when I was in middle school. I'd never seen it, and she put it on, and me and my brother were like pissing our pants laughing. I was probably like 12, my brother was 13, and we watched this thing, and we got to the very end where the Bumbus's dogs steal the turkey off the table.
Oh man.
And when the dad is so angry that he can't even speak clearly, you sons of bitches, Bumbus! He's like yelling out the door, but he can't form words. We rewound that and replayed it over and over. We just like crying out. And the other part is when he has a sexy leg lamp and the mom
Oh,
breaks
she
it by
breaks it.
accident. And he
You
tells
hate
him
her.
to pick up the pieces of his prized leg. You used all the glue on purpose. And then she insults him and says that, well, it was the trashiest, ugliest lamp I'd ever seen. And when he leaves the room, he can't think of what to say. And he goes, not a finger. Me and my brother rewound the not a finger. He's telling her not to touch his broken lamp.
Yeah.
We rewound that and laughed like 100 times in a row. It's so funny, that movie. And it's wholesome. It's a wholesome family movie.
It's great, man. When he drops the nuts for the tire in the dark and he can't see him, he goes, "Oh fuck!" So slow motion. Oh fuck!
Yeah.
What did your son say? Oh man, his dad was so pissed.
So I'll tell you what he said. Ralphie. He tells Ralphie to turn around so Ralphie doesn't hear. He said, and the mom's all, oh.
Dude, I thought as a kid, I thought that was going to be a moment where the dad and him had like a cool moment where I'm not going to say anything to your mom, son. Fuck no. He got in the car and was like, your son, what did he say? Ralphie, turn around. And she almost fainted. Right. And that was, that was to speak to kind of the rigidity and the conservatism of that time.
It was like the 1930s, right? 30s or the 40s, something like that. They didn't have a TV.
Yeah, I think it was the 40s. I think it was the 40s. So, it was taboo to speak that we use that kind of foul language. And, that leg is trashy. Now that lamp would be a vagina. Like it wouldn't even just be a leg, but like back then, that was, oh my God. And then he put it in the front window. Oh my God.
The mother was so embarrassed. It made their house look like a bordello.
Dude, that was so funny. And of course, you'll shoot your eye out. You can say that now. And anybody around you will know exactly what you're talking about. And the greatest scene in that movie, hands down, is when he finally beats the shit out of the bully. He's like,
Scott Farkas gets what's coming to him. That is such a catharsis for all of us watching. Yeah, everyone has been harassed or bullied or just fucking antagonized by someone who just doesn't care. They're happy to be cruel. We've all had to deal with this in life. And to watch him beat the dog shit out of this kid.
Dude, and the kid was just the straw that broke the camel's back. What he was really mad about was not getting his BB gun. You'll shoot your eye out. You're just a kid. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And he had enough. And this bastard, this little ginger bastard, comes over with this little, hey, get him, boss. Get him. That little short kid who was his little sidekick.
Oh, he looked like the lead singer of AC/DC, that kid. That's what I always thought.
Angus. So that's it. I had enough. And I'm going to face, at the time, my biggest fear, this kid. I would avoid this area because of this kid. But now I'm so pissed off that I'm not getting what I want from Santa. And fuck you. And he starts beating his ass. And even the other kid, his little sidekick, tries to pull him off. He pushed him on the ground. He's like, get off me, bitch. Dude, he was just pounding this kid. His mom has to come get him.
I beat someone up like that in elementary school. He was, I was always been very big. 5'10" in fifth grade when this happened. 5'10", bigger than the average man. 5'10" in fifth grade. And a kid was picking on my best friend. Filipino guy who only now at 47 is 5'2". Back then he was 4 foot, I don't know. And we were best friends. And he was getting picked on bad by this guy. And I was a gentle giant. I didn't do anything to anyone. I never was a bully. I never picked on anyone. I just like, that's evil. That's wrong. And this kid wouldn't stop. And he started calling him. And then he called me a name. And I guess since I was never mean, never bullied, never did anything, he overestimated himself and like insulted me and was squirting us with these plants. And it was just, he was being a prick for a long time and making fun of my friend. And I was going to kick a 70-yard field goal to win the Super Bowl. I kicked him in the ass so hard when he turned around and walked away from me. He made me so mad and then like turned around laughing. I kicked him in the ass so hard that I would have set the NFL record for a field goal. And he said, "Oh, you think you're tough, Gabe?" He turned around and charged me. And like Ralphie in this movie, I just saw red. And the next thing I know, I'm on top of him and he's crying and I'm pummeling him. He says, "Stop, stop, stop." And he, through middle school and high school, would like cross the other side of the hallway when he would see me. He was scared of me for like the next 7 years. I didn't have a grudge against him. I got it out of me that day, but I gave it to him, a Christmas Story style. That was not great.
Yeah, man, but that felt good.
You said that happened to you once, right? You went somewhere like camp or something and these guys were going to bully you.
Oh, yeah. And I ended up fucking up one of them real good. Yeah, that was nice. When you're totally dominant in a fight and there's no fear of him beating your ass at any point. Yeah, I just, I was like, I decided, in that sense, I had enough. Like you weren't gonna punk me because I got into the cabin and I picked the best bed. It was a summer camp, and he came in there like, "Oh, I'm gonna need that bed," and I was like, "Fuck that!" I knew that if I let him have that, this was going to be a shitty 2 weeks.
That was going to be the rest of your week. Was just getting bullied by this guy.
Like, nah, dude, fuck that. So we went at it, man. I beat the shit out of that fool, and we never had no problems after. He wouldn't even look at me. Oh, but I had my bed, and I was in the cabin first. Like, tough shit, you fucking little bastard. But yeah, man, when you just had enough, there's no fear of what's going to happen because it's gone. You've had enough. That fear has been replaced with no more.
Yeah. Sun Tzu, the famous military strategist, his book, The Art of War. Everyone should get it. It's very short. You can read it quickly. One of the things he says is always give your enemy a route of escape. Just keep that in mind. If you don't, guess what cornered animals do?
Yeah.
Right? So when you've had enough and they don't give you another option, it's like, okay, well then, I didn't want this. Apparently you do. So now that's what time it is.
Yeah, now it's all about customer service. I'm going to give you exactly what you want. And it's so great after that because 9 times out of 10, especially when you're dealing with young men, usually once you have a fight, that's it.
Yeah.
It
does release something usually. Usually don't hate each other afterwards. It just kind of releases a lot of that. Captain Bruno, I don't know how old you are, but I assume you're an adult. He says he's never gotten into a real fight.
Well, good for you.
Scared when he does, he might actually break bones because of his knuckles. I'm not calling you a wimp or anything, but I'm curious how you are a male. I assume you're Captain Haruno. I guess a woman would be a captain too. There's not the feminine form.
Actually, they can be captains too, Gabe. So
how did you make it as a young man? And I got every young man gets in fights, don't you? That's interesting. I wonder how you could go all those years of childhood and never get in a fight. I'm not encouraging fighting. I'm just saying it happened.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah,
because it doesn't feel good to get in a fight. Like the adrenaline and stuff, that's not a good feeling, especially if you don't want to. Good feeling comes after if you're victorious. But I've been in fights where the adrenaline was so much that it hurt my stomach. Like I was doubled.
You feel
over
like sick afterwards.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel all crazy, or it's not scared or sad. I guess it's a weird adrenaline rush. I guess that's what it is. You're coming down off that. So
yeah, it's weird.
Thrown a few blows, but never a full-on fight. Okay, well, good for you.
Well,
stay out of trouble. It's best to stay out of trouble. And then, of course, the last ranking movie for me on here, which is an excellent movie that I love, is Die Hard, because there's the internet meme that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, which I don't actually believe. I know it happens during Christmas, but it's a Christmas movie. I don't not believe it, but I don't think of Christmas when I watch it, I guess. Is it a Christmas movie to you? I know this is one of those stupid internet memes.
No, I mean, yes, it takes place during Christmas, but is it a Christmas movie? No, especially when you're talking Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street. That's another one. those are
so
actually
good.
bona fide
Yeah.
Christmas movies. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I threw it on here for the lulz, right? For the LOL. Brian Knapp, 6215. He was picked on in middle school a lot. Finally, one day in gym class, he lost it and punched this dude right in the mouth. That guy got 12 stitches. Brian got 5 days.
Damn.
Damn.
That's how it is, though.
12 stitches. That is gnarly.
That's how it gets, man. When you push somebody and they've reached that fucking cornered cat moment. Yeah. If you're not gonna leave me another way out, I'll go through you.
Let's see. 5'10" in the 5th grade. My God, what was he eating? My grandparents owned a restaurant and my dad's a gourmet chef. So what was I eating? Natural food, but it's genetics. You know what epigenetics are? Is your genetic potential. So you have your DNA and it says you're going to be this. It won't come exact. It's also dependent on how you're raised, your stress, your food, your safety, your health. That will determine what happens to those genetics that wanted to do XYZ. So I was raised on just like all natural food my whole life, but there's very tall people in my family. And female genetics for height, there's like if a woman is like 6'3", that's the equivalent of 6'7" male genetics, right? Because women are just proportionally smaller typically. My grandmother, Turkish woman in Libya, my dad's mom from Libya, 6'4". If you have 6'4" female genes, that's like 6'7", 6'8" male genes. So I ended up 6'4". My mom is not short. My mom's 5'8". Average woman's 5'4". My mom's 5'8" or 5'7", something like that. So, kind of tall. My brother 6 feet, 5'10". My dad's 6 feet. My cousins are 6'1", 6 feet. We're all like 6 footers. My son is a 6. I didn't think he was going to crack 6 feet, but now he's like 6'1". My son, he's gotten taller in his late 20s. I kept growing. When I graduated high school, I was 6'2". I didn't hit 6'4" until I was probably 20. I kept growing until I was about 20 years old. So, yeah. Die Hard, the best Christmas movie released in August. Heather says she's 5'9", but her best friend was 5'11". She handled the haters.
Dang.
Let's see. Mahler, who's another YouTuber, covered it on every EFAP. What an EFAP is when you analyze something like excruciating detail on the internet. And after his coverage, I was convinced it is. He's talking about Die Hard being a Christmas movie after a life of not thinking so. Okay. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It just doesn't feel like Christmas when I watch it. Sorry. Brian says, come at me. So he's defending it. Die Hard was released in July. It truly was Christmas in July. Okay, so that's our top 5 there. But I had a guy call me before the show. My list, it leaked on Twitter early. It was a big scandal today on Twitter. My list, the top 5, it leaked. Everyone was talking about it. It was on TMZ. And I got a phone call from a guy, and he wanted to come in and talk to us about it. He was very upset that I didn't put him on. He hasn't been on the show in a long time, but we put him on probation. But he's back now, and you didn't have to wear that. Welcome to the show, the one and only governor of California, Turbo Man himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger. How you doing, Fred?
Actually, it's Turbo, man. Turbo.
How do you spell Turbo? How do you spell Turbo?
Same way you spell Kirby.
Kirby?
And work. It's not going to work. Kirby. Jamie.
Yeah, right. Okay, Jamie Turbo.
Yeah.
Governor Turbo. Is that what you like me to call you, Governor Turbo?
Yeah. Turbo.
So I gotta say, first of all, what are you, 75, 76 years old now? I'm impressed. That suit fits you like the day you wore it on the set, man. You look good in that.
Yeah. Thank you. It's what it look like under the suit there, under the muscles here, especially down. You see there the bulge there in the cartilage.
Okay, well,
we don't need large.
It's a holiday family show. We don't got to talk about the bulge.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. Now listen, Turbo Man. You were very upset at my list. You said you were very upset. You felt like maybe we weren't friends anymore. I just want you to know I love and respect Jingle All the Way. I didn't see it ever until like 2-3 years ago when I watched it with Jericho. But I think it's great. I actually think it feels so 90s, and I mean that in the best way possible. I do like it, but it is not top 5 Christmas movie. It just isn't. And I don't know. I don't know if you want to do something about it or if you're trying to convince me. Why exactly are you here to complain about it?
How can you not put Jingle all the way on the list as everything you need as the father, them working too hard, the daddy, the time with the family, and I'm working, and I'm selling mattresses in this movie. I'm greatest mattress salesman in the area there, and then he wants the toilet turbo, man, and I'm turbo, and everybody wants the turbo, man, and it's snowing outside in the reindeer and all of that there, and then happy ending. You got the Sinbad, the turbo, man. Everything's crazy. Why can you not put me on there? There's snow, reindeer, and it's crazy.
It's an excellent movie. I will put you in the top 10. I'll say that. But up against these
No,
five
I
that I
don't
put
want
up
to
here.
be in there. I don't want to be in there in the top 10 over there. I want to be the top 5, maybe in the top 3. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. This is how it is. I'll tell you this though. I've heard rumblings that there's a Jingle All the Way sequel. I've heard that there was going to be a sequel and that you were going to star again as Turbo Man this time. If you were going to do it, who would you want to be your leading lady?
I think we could bring back maybe a Jamie Lee Curtis. She was there in the True Lies and the sexy in the hair and the dress, and she ripped off the sleeves and the roll of it there. I'd probably say Jamie Lee Curtis. It's only because I like saying Curtis.
Do you like saying Jamie better, or do you like saying Curtis better?
Jamie Curtis. Jamie. And probably Jamie.
No. Could you say Jamie Curtis? You say the whole name, like
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah.
there you go. So of these 5 movies that do outrank your movie, which do you like these movies, or is there one here that you hate? Is there a
Of
particular one you
course.
think?
I love all of them there. Probably the best. There's a Home Alone, a little kid there, and I have to defend my house, and the guys come in there, and they get hurt in there, and everything's fine in there, and then the family comes back there.
Okay, I got one last question for you. We'll get you out of here. You were the governor of California. Things were okay when you were the governor. You look at the state of California now. If there's something you could tell Gavin Newsom, Scott, I think is Wiener is his name. Is that his name? Nancy Pelosi. What would you tell them is wrong with California, specifically the Bay Area? What would you do to clean it up if you made a sequel, not only to Jingle All the Way, but you made a sequel to being the governor? That might be your greatest role yet. Is this time he's back as the governor of California. What would you tell Gavin Newsom, Nancy Pelosi, and the Democrats that run this state about their performance?
Well, of course, the state of California. Yeah, that's how you say it. California. The state of California, it's all their fault there. Say, Nancy, put down the cheap vodka. Keep your husband away from the hammers and all the gay guys over there. Maybe retire because you're very old. You know that Nancy Pelosi was born in 1940, along with the FM radio and the microwave oven. She's old as baseball. Yeah. And then I tell Gavin Newsom, stop banging your best friend's wife. Stop being a piece of shit. And don't run for president because I don't want you to turn America into California. And the guy with the last name Wiener, I'd say, hey, change your name from Wiener. It's fucking gross.
Now, if he changed his name from Wiener, what should he change it to?
His last name should be the Pussy because that's what he is. He's a pervert. The pervert pussy. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, you made a strong argument for maybe moving Turbo Man and Jingle All the Way up the list. If I update it, I will let you know. Is there anything that people need to know before you get out of here? You promoting anything? You got anything exciting coming up, Arnie?
Yeah. The only thing I'm promoting is that bulge. Look down there. It's huge
Oh
and everything there. Yeah. I promote that. Look at my crotch. Stare at it. You love it.
All right.
You like it. You want it.
All right.
Hey, and if you're a frumpy Latina housekeeper, you can have it. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in. We'd love to have you back in the next.
Look at it. Look down there.
I'm not gonna look.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking. I don't want to look, but you won't stop saying it.
Yeah,
Okay, everyone. Turbo Man, the governor of California himself, the great Arnold Schwarzenegger. There he goes. Bye-bye.
Turbo. Bye.
Okay. Well, that was interesting. It's been a while since we've had a guest.
Fucking weirdo. He hasn't changed.
No, I don't
Has
think he
not
will.
changed.
I do think that'd be hilarious if he ran for governor, because Gavin Newsom can't run anymore, right? He's got like
No.
2026. He's done or something like that. Like he's done. There's term limits, and he's been governor for quite a while. And it is. I like this. I think you sent it to me on Instagram or somewhere. It's like the 22nd anniversary of him taking 5 years to wipe out homelessness in California or something like that.
Oh yeah, he had a 10-year plan. And that shit was
his 10-year plan to wipe out homelessness is 22 years old, and homelessness is worse than ever in California.
Yeah, and more expensive than ever.
I filled my gas tank tonight. It was $4.99 a gallon.
Damn, you found the cheap stuff.
The rest of the country's paying like $2.
Yeah, Hawaii pays less for gas than we do. How the fuck is that? Hawaii imports everything but sugar and pineapples, and they pay less for the gas that we refine here. We suck it out of the ground, turn it into gas, send it to the rest of the country, and we pay more for it than anybody else.
But we can't leave. Living in California is like dating like the most beautiful supermodel woman who's like crazy and steals money from you and does bad things.
Yeah, but she's super hot and she sucks it from the back. You're like,
From the back.
She's a scumbag, dude. She's down for whatever. But yeah, that's California in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's so beautiful here, though. Guys, remember Torrey Pines? I showed you. That's my neck of the woods. I'm not leaving, and I don't believe in leaving. I don't believe in capitulating like that. This is my fucking home. I'm staying. Damn it, I love it here. For all the flaws, it's just the best place in the world to live, San Diego. Let's see. Heather says she's been paying about 3 or less. Where are you again, Heather? I always want to say you're in Scottsdale, but then you remind me you're in Lake Havasu.
So they have a Sioux,
right?
Where they make heat.
Yeah, that's right. That's where all the heat on Earth comes from, is Lake Havasu out there.
Arizona's fucking insane, man. Insane.
Okay, a movie I want to do. I was driving in the car today thinking about it. Hook, because we did Gremlins 2, which is one of the worst movies we've reviewed on here. Did you see? They just announced Gremlins 3 last week.
Oh, stop. I'm done.
Right after we reviewed Gremlins 2, they announced Gremlins 3.
I'm done with the movies.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then a week after we interviewed Bill Frake about Roger Rabbit, we find out the rights to Roger Rabbit all reverted to Gary K. Wolfe, the author of the book. He got the rights back from Disney because it's been 35 years.
Damn.
So Roger Rabbit is all his. So
that's good, juxtaposed with Gremlins 3, which is really bad. I'm done with a 30-year later reboots of super iconic franchises and movies. I'm done. You burn me too much.
They got The Running Man coming out this Friday.
Well, that can only get better. But you got me with fucking Happy Gilmore 2. I'm done.
Did it suck? I didn't bother.
Oh, it was horrible. I'm fucking done. You never again.
What sucked was that Coming to America 2.
Yeah, it was worse than that.
How dare you? How dare you ruin the first Coming to America? How dare you?
Sure did. I'm done, man. I'm done getting burned by the remake department of Hollywood. No thank you.
Yeah. I wish we could go back to the 80s where there was just new movies, new stories, new concepts all the time. That was fun.
Is that too much to ask for these days?
They either have to have an existing fan base, like they make movies off of board games. There's a Battleship movie starring Rihanna. I heard that
was fucking stupid.
I don't like to give money to Netflix or anything like that. I don't have that, but I did. I have to admit to you guys, I went and saw Frankenstein because I love Guillermo del Toro as a director. His visual sense is so amazing. He's an illustrator like me. Guillermo del Toro is a great illustrator, and his horror sensibilities, his sense of color. I saw Frankenstein this weekend. It is long, guys. It's good, though. It's long, though. It's like 2.5 hours. But I did see it. And it was nice to go to the movies. I haven't been to the movies in ages because there's never any fucking movies. But I thought Frankenstein was good. It is long. It's very... and it's actually like a pro-moral Christian message. I mean, the slogan of the movie is only monsters play God. And, Frankenstein, he's a Dr. Victor Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Playing God. He's building bodies out of dead corpses, trying to create life and be God himself. And he's pretty damn evil and crazy in this movie. And it's a visual masterpiece, the movie. It's really, I don't know. I hate to give Netflix money, though, because I hate all their weirdo propaganda. So, but I did like Frankenstein. I thought it was awesome. So, Yeah. So hopefully Hollywood can get us back some movies and not just remake things or make things woke.
I don't know Hollywood. They don't have a very good track record.
If you want to see a good Disney movie, you can see the new Predator. Really? Okay. Okay. Let's see. I heard they're replacing the shark with a pregnant manatee in the new Jaws reboot.
And she is a bitch.
She's just sassy. She's just some sassy gal that works at the DMV. I'm on my break right now.
She's a sassy black shark. Yeah.
One of my favorite things, we'll go here in just a minute. One of my favorite things about Frankenstein is when you call the monster Frankenstein, which everybody does. Inevitably, someone will push their glasses up the bridge of their nose and go, Frankenstein was the scientist and the creature is just the monster. I know. Everybody knows that.
We know that.
We just call him Frankenstein because if I just called him the creature or the monster, you'd be like, what monster? And then I would say,
because there's 20 of them.
Frankenstein's monster. Or I could just fucking call him Frankenstein like a normal person.
No, even if you did that, then they would just say, why didn't you just call him Frankenstein? Oh! I want to waterboard you. My dad, it's another thing my dad told me. Son, you can't please all the people all the time.
Oh, wait a minute. Secretary Not Sure says that was meaning it's a very horrible Disney style movie. Oh, so the new Predator is Disney style Predator. Okay. Got it.
Say, man, that's another franchise. Just leave it the fuck alone.
You tell me that a Predator movie is PG-13, I'm out. No. Predator's rated R. Stop it.
That shit out of here. Shit out of here right now.
And apparently the Predator is like, in the new Predator movie, Jericho, he's like a runt. He's like an ugly, like scrawny Predator. He doesn't even look cool and monstrous. And he's like, the other Predators are mean to him and they don't think he's good enough to be a Predator. And he's got a robot girl sidekick and like a cute animal sidekick. It's all about like feelings and acceptance and coming to love yourself for who you really are.
And he's a fucking trans Predator.
Yeah.
Right. He's gay. He's fucking
it's a romance novel Predator movie.
Gross.
One thing I want to ask you, and then we'll go. Do you know about this thing with women like 50 Shades of Grey, Twilight, all those perverted romance novels that were those smut porn novels women like where the women are attracted to evil things, Beauty and the Beast, vampires, pirates, the evil torture pervert guy from 50 Shades of Grey. I've seen women online perving on Frankenstein because he's like tall and he has like long hair and he's all like in parts of the movie, he's lamenting how sad he is that he's created this abomination. And I mean the monster, not Dr. Frankenstein. The monster is like sad and he feels abandoned. And why did his creator make him? And he's suffering and he can never die. He's this undead living abomination. And he has all this emotional stuff that's cool. It's not sappy in the movie. It's not like left-wing SJW stuff. But I see girls like, he didn't do anything wrong. And he was sad and blah. How do you feel about women like loving serial killers and Jeffrey Dahmer or like Charles Manson or getting married in prison? What do you?
You're fucking stupid. Like, what's wrong with you? Why would you be in love with somebody who, if there weren't metal bars in between you, he would assault and murder you? Like, that's so fucking dumb. Some women are so stupid. And that's what you get. That's what you deserve, is some psychopath who's locked away because you need to be locked away for the rest of your life, you dumb shit. So fucking dumb. But the dude's dead. Does Frankenstein have blood coursing through his body? His dick can't even get hard. What's it gonna do for you, dumb broad?
Well, he's reanimated. So he does have blood. Oh yeah,
he has blood flow.
He's alive,
but it's dead dick.
But it's healing. His whole body's healing.
Ew.
He's like healing back into like this grotesque, scarred up, weird thing.
I feel like it would be like just all clammy and fucking weird looking. But hey, ladies, you gotta fuck it. I don't. So go ahead.
I don't know. I've just seen like some romance novels where a woman is in love with like a grizzly bear, Jericho. Like an actual bear.
Some chicks are so fucking stupid. Just stupid. Look at all those dumb bitches who are like, if you were in a forest, would you rather, and with a man or a bear, what would you choose? And they choose the bear. You're so fucking stupid. The bear is 100% death rate. 100%. You think that bear's gonna sit down and fucking figure out which temperature the porridge is with you, you fucking idiot?
As someone who will be celebrating his 29th wedding anniversary in 2 days, I will tell you that the whole, would you rather be with a man or a bear? And the women say the bear, they don't mean that. And they know they don't mean it. And what that is, what I know about women, I know this is true, It's to provoke you to watch your reaction. Jericho, are you masculine and stoic enough to ignore my stupid answer and just laugh it off? That's what you're supposed to do, is just like, oh, the bear, okay. I'll get you some honey so you could attract the bears. That's the real answer. When you get mad and say, well, the bear would kill you and the men are better than bears and men build. That's the reaction they're watching you to get mad about it. Women do this. It's called, I've read online and I've lived it, knowing women for my whole life, this thing called the shit test. Imagine you're going across an old rickety bridge and you don't want to fall to your death down 500 feet below. You would tap your feet on each board of the rotten wood just to make sure that one's not going to break. That's what women do to men. They fuck with us to see if we're strong. And there you go, kids. Remember that, men. When women act a little crazy and provocative, they're seeing if you can hold on to yourself. That's what I think. I could be wrong. Let's see. As long as Del Toro movie's been in that I, Frankenstein film where he's fighting angels, never saw it.
Oh, the dude.
Is that with the guy that played Harvey Dent Two-Face in the newish Batman movie? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Was that horrible, that movie? I never saw it. It looked terrible.
It's absolute pile of horse shit.
Okay.
It is terrible. He has he's wearing the blazer with the hoodie underneath it, and it's like an 1840. It's so fucking.
He looks like a cool street guy from England, like a soccer hooligan, but he's in not in that.
Like medieval times and shit. So fucking dumb.
That's really stupid.
Well,
that's all I need to. Yeah.
You know, another one was stupid like that was the latest Robin Hood movie with Jamie Foxx and
that was like a MTV music video version of Robin Hood, right? It was like edgy,
like they're wearing leather jackets and shit. Oh, it was so good.
I think that movie was called Robin Hood, motherfucker, right? That's what that movie was called.
Yeah, it should have been. It was so dumb. Oh Lord, it was stupid.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll close the show with the poll. The poll of polls. Tonight's winner is chosen by the audience of our top 4, because it won't let me put more in there. It only lets you ask 4 questions. A disgrace that you guys let It's a Wonderful Life lose. It's the best movie on this list. You guys failed that. That's okay. Some of you also like the creamy peanut butter. There's whatever. A Planes, Trains, Automobiles coming in second. Wow. I have this list. It's a Wonderful Life, Home Alone, Christmas Story, Planes, Trains, Automobiles. That's my version of the list. What is yours, Jericho?
I agree with that.
Okay. All right.
For sure.
All right. So, guys, I think what we're going to do to bookend Gremlins 2 is the Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, 1992? Spectacular.
91, maybe? 91?
Well, I don't know. It was a long time ago. It was 91. You're probably right. It was not, I think I was in 7th grade. I think it was 91. Hook. Jericho says 91. It's good. I've never seen it. So we're fixing to find out. Teen Cream. Gosh.
Amazing.
No. Chunky peanut butter. You know what? We're going to have Bill Frake back on because he loves coming on. He said he'll do it as much as we want. And he's worked in Hollywood for 50 years. And he didn't just animate cartoons. He would do storyboards for movies and stuff like that. He's got a million Hollywood stories, and they're great. I've been doing podcasts with him recording that I will release later. So we'll have him back on. But I'm going to ask Bill if he's chunky or creamy. And I don't know the answer.
We do.
So we're going to find out. All right, Jericho, is there anything you need to promote, my friend?
Keep your eyes peeled. I got new merch coming out. New fucking merch.
All right.
That's about it.
Okay, and bigmancomics.com, Dean Cain, All-American Lawman, and Imperial Earth Limited are in stock. They ship fast. Big Man Comics Black Friday sale will start in, I think, about a week. I think I'm going to start it like next Monday or something like that. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be a great time. Our biggest sale yet. And if you order by, I think we can go into December a little bit, you'll get it before Christmas. So you can buy these for Christmas gifts, USA only. Obviously, if you're over in Scotland or New Zealand, I can't guarantee anything getting there by Christmas. But I think I'll double, triple check with the United States Postal Service on the website where I get my stamps.com stuff. And it says if I mail something by X day, they guarantee it before Christmas. So everything will be out. You guys will know, a huge, great sale. Thank you all for all the support. And we'll be back next Tuesday. I think with Hook, we need to see that because I lied to my mom about going to see it and I never watched it. So I now need to atone. All right, guys, he's JG Talk 2 on Instagram. I am Big Man Comics on Twitter. Gabe, I'll tell you pretty much everywhere else. And we will see you next week.